There's a lot to love about Super Mario Bros. Wonder, but one of my favorite things to see when any new Mario game comes out is the crazy creepy crawlies they've added. There's something endearing about every enemy in the Mario series, but the ones in Wonder have really caught my attention. But which ones are the best ones? And who is worse than a common Goomba? Well, let's find out as we rank every new enemy in Mario Wonder. I will only mention the new enemies, however, so any veterans of the Mario series will sadly be left out. That being said, there are over 50 new enemies, and a lot of them don't even have confirmed names yet. While it could be fun listening to me try to pronounce names like Hanabahe and Chinanago, let's just leave our wonderfully wacky adversaries as a mystery for now and discover each one as if it were the first time as we go. I don't normally do this, but there are a lot of characters with super small variations to them. Let's start the list just rapid firing these randos so we can get to the good stuff. Melon Piranha Plant, exactly what it sounds like with a nice bonus seed shooting ability. B tier. Mecha Koopa Mark II, they fly now, C tier. Note Piranha Plant, fiery music notes with the heads of piranha plants, including Jumbo Mode, gotta be A tier. Lakitu Trio, wow, Lakitu's learned what a threesome is, big whoop, D tier. Dark Mario, literally just Black Mario, wait, is that racist? C tier. Dark Koopa Troopa, literally just Black Koopa Troopa. Okay, yeah, that's definitely racist, D tier. Fire Spike, we all love Spike, but he's even better all fired up, B tier. And lastly, the Trottin Piranha Plants. Yes, we all love them, but when it comes down to it, dancing piranha plants just aren't that special. Who am I kidding? They're awesome! S tier! Now that we got the little guys dealt with, it's time to find out which of these enemies are wonderful, and which ones are a complete load of bull. Rush. I thought we could start things off with one of the most underrated new enemies in the game, the Armads. The render for this guy makes me so unreasonably happy. It's like a mix between Eeyore, Dylan, and Splatoon, and the result is pretty great. The way they work in-game is pretty generic, however, as they are fairly similar to a Koopa. They roll around as armadillos do, and you can pick them up and throw them. Pretty straightforward. For having a great design and a mediocre ability, I'll put it in B. Seriously guys, I swear I don't like inflation, but no matter what game I decide to talk about, somehow there's always inflation! Actually, Inflated Daisy is pretty sweet, but that's the only one I like, I swear! The Bloomps act as little platforms to bounce across, and the more you jump on them, the less air they can hold. In Wonder Mode, you even get to see a massive Bloomp fill itself up to its limit. He's going for the record for most inflation of all time. I'm pretty happy with the design too, these little fishy balloon animals. There are a lot of really cool enemies to go through still, so let's stick this one in B tier too. I ran into an embarrassing amount of these pot-headed snakes in my first playthrough of Mario Wonder. They use the pot as cover and chase you down once the helmet is removed. They're kind of a weird stubby snake, looking more like a slug with fangs. He really isn't a revolutionary new enemy, they're kinda ugly, and I kinda have a grudge against them for making me get hit one too many times. D tier. I've got a Bulrush training card, so yeah, basically I'm a Bulrush expert. These things will actually charge at Mario, slamming against the wall when they miss. If you're quick enough, you can ride on top of one, and you even get to travel with the Stampede from Wonder Seed. They're pretty cute, but the designs leave me with a lot of questions. First things first, they have freaking fingies! Full-blown hands on these guys! And it can be really strange to expect a hoof and get fingers instead. But they also look like they're wearing jogging shorts or something, and that is a really funny idea to me. These are one of the more memorable additions in my opinion, and while their designs leave me with a lot of questions, I'm happy to give them an A tier for now. I might go as far as to say the Maw-Maw is my favorite out of the new enemies in this game, and I'm betting a lot of you agree with me. He's kinda like a tadpole with legs and has a super derpy face to begin with, but then you see it open wide and gulp down a Goomba or two, and you only love them more. The Maw-Maw had already won me over, and then it goes the extra step to have the funniest attack ever. They are your greatest threat in that Goomba level, and it's pretty funny to see Mario Goomba scream in terror as the Maw-Maw chases you down. It's always great to have easy S tiers. This guy is sadly nothing more than an underwater Koopa. I'm surprised they made the Rolla Koopa and didn't make a Scuba Koopa instead of this thing. They can go on land to be fair, but it's like a fish out of water. This thing's begging to be put out of its misery. Apparently this thing is supposed to look like a soft-shelled turtle. If you've never seen a soft-shelled turtle, well, I'm warning you right now to close your eyes or be scarred forever. Alright, you asked for it.
What the hell? No, 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 no!
Why? Why, God? Why? Yep, they're horrible, but they might be the closest thing we have to Mario characters in real life.
Super Mario in real life.
For making me remind myself of the freaks of nature known as soft-shelled turtles, this one goes in F tier. The Hoppo also is based on a real-life animal, but at least hippos are cute, At least hippos can be attractive.
I think Moto likes you.
I wish Moto liked me. Hoppos are perfectly obese enough that they're an exact sphere, which is honestly pretty impressive. It's really fun bouncing them all around the stage, and the best part is seeing them perfectly slide into gaps. So instead of insta-killing this one, we make them starve to death. Mario is so much fun. It is very fun to have a living bouncy ball to jump around on, and the added bonus of being hippos makes them pretty freaking awesome. I love them, and they're going in S tier. Wubba is the first enemy on our list that you actually get to become during a Wonder Seed section. It's pretty fun getting to stick to walls as a little slime ball, and I love how fast you get to go during the segment. But Wubbas themselves are just little goopy Goombas, typically hanging out around slime sections. Sure, they can climb up walls and stuff, but if anything, that just makes them easier to avoid. They're extremely cute, but as an enemy type, you can't get much more bland than this. C tier. Next are these bamboo boys, and there are actually a ton of variations of this thing. The most common ones are green, then a shiny Pokemon purple variation, then there's a gold, and a silver one. There are actually reasons for this, and while it isn't that interesting, let's educate ourselves on this random enemy, shall we? All of them can come in stacks, and it's pretty satisfying to take them out one by one. But the green one is like a green Koopa, falling off edges as it walks, while the purple one turns around just like a red Koopa. The silver and gold ones conduct electricity, and they work the same way as the purple and green. Gold ones fall off ledges, and silver ones turn around. Now that we know everything there is to know about these boring Mario enemies, there's no doubt that they will go in D tier, simply for being extremely bland. The Tailys, however, add an awesome new mechanic, not only getting to swing across gaps by grabbing onto their brain stems, but ripping their brains right out of their heads and killing them after each use. They also can drop spike balls sometimes, making them a much tougher adversary. I think their designs are really great, and while they're usually green, the quiz section gives us some awesome primary color variants. Swinging from vines is one of the most satisfying things you can do in a game, so an enemy with that ability is a win in my book. I'm saying S tier. I truly did not realize that the Sugarstars were living beings before working on this video. They loop around so quickly I hadn't even seen their beady little eyes in there. In groups they make this sort of waving motion, allowing you to sneak through, or you can just brutally murder them all too, either's fine. They come in pink and green colors and they look pretty alright. These things could have easily made for some bullet hell levels, but they were primarily used in a level with infinite superstars, so you almost never had to actually deal with them for long periods of time. I wish I could say you're my little sugar star, but you haven't earned it yet. Call me Sugar Plum first, and I'll think about it. C tier. The Hoppycats confuse my brain too much. They're pretty similar to those rats that jump when you do, but this time they can come out of nowhere, and their spiky shells can really pack a punch. They fall slowly as well, meaning you can't just time your jumps. It was fun getting to become one, I must say. I really enjoyed getting to take charge for a change. And the giant ones are so cool, you can't deny that. If you've ever looked underneath a Hoppycat, you'll see a freaking spiky toothed maw ready to swallow you whole. I love having to imagine what the Hoppycat looks like under a shell, and don't you dare say it's a cat. I've seen Mario cats, and they don't look like that. The Hoppycat's cool, I guess. He doesn't stand out to me, but I'm betting people love him. Let's play it safe with a B tier. As these Sproings only appear in the silhouette stage, it would be pretty easy to pass them off as a Goomba before they spring into action. They're almost the equivalent to your ability in this Wonder Seed section, stretching yourself out for extra height. What's funny is you probably only know them from their silhouette form, but we have access to their actual models as well. It's almost like an acorn or a potted plant with a huge sprouted middle. I don't know, I think I like the design better as a silhouette, honestly. I'm gonna say D tier. Trust me guys, there are good enemies, I swear! See, look at this guy! His name is Snootle. Already I'm in love! These guys are super bouncy and they just enjoy rolling around. Most enemies are based on something in real life, but man, I cannot tell you what they're going for here. It's just a green flower or a head of lettuce with big fat DSLs. And by DSL, I obviously mean the Nintendo DS Lite. Anyways, while I totally don't want these guys to suck me, they do kind of suck as enemies. Their design is a little fun and I enjoy bouncing on them, so they can still have a B. I've seen people suggest the name Rrrumba for these guys, which is actual genius hour, but Nintendo came up with a much better name. Erin. Literally just a person's name. Awesome. I can't wait until they add Jeffrey. Maybe Tim can finally make his debut someday. Now if you thought Goombas were phallic shaped, this is the most penis looking enemy in the Mario series. However, they're actually based on king oysters, which aren't oysters confusingly, but tall mushrooms. I think that's really fun, and I especially love the insanely tall Erins. Man, that name is so bad. As a basic enemy, I'd say this is one of the more fun ones they've added. Let's go A tier. One of my favorite designs in Mario Wonder is this new snail enemy. The small ones are great and the big boys are even better. They're very similar to Koopas and they sort of replace the ones that get knocked out of their shell and continue to roam around. You can even pick up their shells and use the item they use as protection to wipe them from existence. These guys differ from Koopas by being able to climb up walls, which is fun. And honestly, I'm freaking sick of Koopas. Let's make these snails the new norm, people. While there's nothing too special about them, I love them too much to place them any lower than A tier. We've seen a ton of cloudy enemies in the past, but the Smogrin is different because because he grins, I guess. I love how happy he is to be evil. Their faces are really funny to look at. There are a few different sizes of the evil fart cloud as well, each one a little more menacing than the last. I feel like I really hype these guys up when they do nothing more than move back and forth a little bit. I'm disappointed that they aren't a little more mobile, just chasing you down will make them much more of a threat. But no, they're not like that. You're basic, Smogrin, B tier. An evil flounder enemy? Yeah, that's awesome. I love that both their eyes are on one side. Just like Flats from SpongeBob, dude! Just like Flats!
I got diarrhea!
If you thought he couldn't get any better, his Wonder version is massive, and you follow him as he tunnels through the unbreakable terrain. I feel like I unreasonably love this thing. Typically, water enemies are my worst nightmare, but the fun ones like the eels and this new Smackerel remind me just how awesome water levels can be. S tier. I never thought we'd see taller Thwomps until now. We've kinda got the whole evolution line thanks to these guys. It goes from Thwimps to Slidons to Thwomps to Womps. There's probably more, honestly. Thwomps are surprisingly complex creatures. As a toddler, he sucks his bink and slides around the stage, is a flinch away from bursting into tears. Unlike most Mario enemies, this little kid actually looks like they fear for their lives. But once you slide them around, it's a complete 180, they freaking love it. I'm pretty sure this thing is supposed to be cute, but how do you tell someone their baby is ugly? I guess we can break them the news by putting the Slidon in D tier. The only thought that goes through my mind when I see a Mario enemy is, I want to kill you. So when the Skedaddler runs away, he makes my job a little more difficult. Not only does he run away from you, but he sometimes takes crucial items from you and books it. I need that shit, give it back! I actually love the idea of an enemy like this, but the Skedaddler specifically pisses me off. A lot of the new enemies have really nice renders, and others like the Skedaddler have appropriately been done dirty with a T-pose. I don't care who you are, that's freaking funny. I hate you, Skedaddler, and it pleases me greatly to put your T-posing Alvin and the Chipmunks looking ass in F tier. The family of bros are almost as impressive as the Thwomps. They have their special helmets on, which is funny on its own, but the big boys like the Sumo Bro and the new Shova are on a whole nother level. I thought the ability to push warp pipes was one of the coolest additions in this game. It led to some really fun puzzles and tell you to try to push each individual pipe. And seeing the Shova push as hard as it can to fight you is really funny. I love just how hard he tries, and it's even more traumatizing when you are winning this battle and he gets freaking squished. I really love seeing them each time they appeared, and I'm so dang close to saying S, but I think they've got to stay behind an A. Homing bullet bills with arms and legs that will not stop until you're dead? You gotta commend the commitment. These guys are kinda cute, but the bigger ones start to get scary. Honestly, it was a mistake giving bullet bills free will. As soon as you give them legs, you're asking for trouble. I'm neither blown away or disgusted by these enemies, so they can go and see. Lava bubbles have been in Mario since the very first game, so we can't be too blown away by a giant one named Rumble for some reason. They can only follow their given path as well, so they end up being nothing more than massive fiery fuzzies. I'm pretty sure they only show up in this one level too, and while I appreciate getting new enemies always, I am left questioning why it exists at all. Looks nice, that's about it really. C tier. This guy's name is Rrrumba, but he doesn't even vacuum up my shit? What's the freaking point then? Apparently this has no correlation to a real life Roomba, but when Nintendo gets sued, they better not come crying to me. If you never stop to look at what your innocent victim look like before slaughtering them, you'd never see that there's actually a little bee wearing these massive boulders. They walk around normally until they hit the slopes, rolling around like crazy. The idea behind these guys are really weird, despite mechanically being fairly simple, but that's kinda what makes Mario enemies so special. The level they feature in is really fun too, so what the heck, give them a B tier. I unreasonably love seeing new Koopa colors in Mario games, and a pink roller skating Koopa is better than anything I could have come up with. I was thinking like an orange-shelled Koopa who, maybe he's a real estate agent or... See, that sucks! Koopas with rollerblades should not be genius, but they work so perfectly in this game. They move so much faster than regular Koopas, making them actually difficult to deal with. They can get you off guard coming out of nowhere, making their levels a bit more challenging. And again, I just love that we have pink Koopas now. Let's have Chris Pratt say Koopas and then we can rank it.
Koopas.
Thanks, Chris. A tier. The Robbirds wear goggles so they can elegantly dive into pools of water, and as they desperately try to come up for air, now's your chance to stomp your foot so hard into their skulls that they fall back into the water and drown. Man, Mario is a dark game. Birds that dive into water is a fun enemy type, and their goggles are pretty dang cute. There are a few bird enemies in this game, and this one is one of my favorites, so let's put them in B. Who wouldn't want an undead doggo? I just want to boop this popper on the snoot. Just let me boop him, Mario! Pulling on his leash really unleashes this little guy, sending him flying into any nearby obstacles. It's like a mix between the new mummy enemies, a chain chomp, and a dry bones. But for the design alone, I think he's amazing. We know that dry bones are Koopas, so I wonder if we'll ever see what this guy looked like with the skin on his bones. Wait a second. I think I just figured out why Poochie never shows up in games anymore. Well, while Poochie may have gotten sent to the farm, he makes for an adorable undead pupperino. S tier. Raargh is also sort of dog-like, but he's also a massive lava beast. He can't be hit by you, but if he lands anywhere other than lava, well, let's just say he got sent to the farm too. He's actually really cute as well, but I don't find him nearly as endearing as Revver personally. Look, he's made out of lava. If I try to boop the snoot, my boopers are gonna melt! And then I'd never be able to boop a snoot again, and I can't live in a boopless world. Anyways, B tier. The Pokipedes are like the abandoned cousin of the Wiggler, being forced to move along a track his whole life. It's kind of weird seeing a Wiggler from top down, and I really don't like his plus sign eyes for some reason. I kinda just thought he liked strutting his stuff while he walked, but he's actually wearing punching gloves, hoping to land a punch on you as you run by. He's like the weirdest combination of ideas, a top-down Wiggler wearing helmet shells and punching gloves on a track. It's weird, man. I'd take a Wiggler over this guy any day. There's a reason we have Wigger Wednesday and not Pokipede Sunday, loser. F tier. Clearly the enemy named Outmaway wants you to stay the freak back. If any objects get in his way, no matter how huge, he kicks them towards you, leading to some pretty tough obstacles to dodge. This guy literally got a whole minigame of dodging his blocks. As for design, it's like Finn from Adventure Time's hat with legs. And by that I mean, he's cute and I like him. No matter how edgy this guy tries to be, he's always going to be adorable. I would honestly love a plushie of this guy. Until Outmaway gets his first anime body pillow, he'll go in A tier. The pun of the name Anglefish is pretty good, but we've seen flying Cheep Cheeps before, dude. The only thing you've got going for you is that you're way easier to dodge. They're so slow you'd have to be pretty bad to get hit by the... Alright, I suck, get over it! I think the design is pretty bland, and it just made me mad, so I basically have no reason to not say F tier. Unwrapping these mummy enemies is always fun, and I continue to adore the pulling mechanic this game introduced. They also can be super tall like the Erins or Sproings, and grabbing their pull string from behind is the best way to take them out. They're super mysterious as well, and if you watch closely you'll notice there's nothing underneath their wrappings. They must be little spirits or piles of dust in there, but that only adds to my infatuation with this new enemy. I'm guessing most people love these guys, so I'm not even questioning putting the Mumsy in S tier. I'm telling you right freaking now, your tier list is invalid if you don't have the Mimic Doors in S tier. Think back to the first time you encountered this guy, expecting to walk through a simple door, only for a giant mouth to try to eat you instead. Like come on, that design is so perfect, just a walking mouth in the shape of a door? It's genius! It's a lot like the piano from Mario 64, and I hope we see some more toothy objects in the future. They actually have beautiful singing voices as seen in the King Boo chase. Literally not one thing is bad about these guys. Get an S tier already. Not many enemies have multiple forms, but a popcorn enemy? I gotta say, that's a really fun idea. From a design standpoint, it's literally a walking corn kernel and a hopping piece of popcorn. Whoever came up with this idea is a certified Mario aficionado. We have yet to rank the hot rocks they pop from, but this is a pretty unique scenario of two enemies' abilities complementing each other. They both can be dangerous on their own, but a whole new outcome is made with them together. This is not an enemy I would typically gush about, and they really aren't that special, but I'll gladly put them in B for the concept alone. Bullet Bills have a brand new stepsister known as Missile Meg. Wait, Meg? From Family Guy?
Peter, could you please pass the potato?
Ah, damn it, Meg!
Okay, clearly these are different Megs. But is this one as worthless as the Family Guy character? I'd have to say, they make for some pretty fun levels. They really aren't meant to be shot at you, most of the time they're used as platforms. Riding on a trail of Missile Megs is an awesome feeling, and their colorful smoke trails only add to the enjoyment. I'm a little put off by this human centipede section, or I guess missile centipede, so she can go and be as well. Look at this little shit. That's some gym shit right there. He's an actual devil child. I want to wipe that dumb grin off his stupid face, stupid Magma freak. He looks like Bart Simpson or something. I don't know, I just find myself really annoyed with him. As a fire enemy, he shoots fireballs towards you and can only be taken out by water. That's fine and all, not like we've seen a million fire guys at this point or something. Look, it's clear I have a grudge against them, so pardon my French, but get an F tier, shit ass. I'm not even going to try to comprehend how the Bluebird works, but he shoots his beak out of his face and creates a platform from it. Sometimes the platform is longer than the bird itself, and if you kill him, a new one literally spawns in its place. It also keeps its beak sometimes and blows bubbles. I mean, it is called a Bluebird, so I'll let it slide. The design is pretty sad, I'd say. Feels like someone attempting to emulate a Mario enemy. They thought adding a Yoshi shell on its back would help. Creating platforms from a bird's beak is a pretty insane concept, but the design sucks and slurps on my dookie hole, so I gotta say D tier. The conch is another new enemy with multiple forms. On the ceiling it has a huge evil grin and yellow chin, while the ground one is freaking depressed with its blue helmet. I love characters with multiple personalities simply by flipping them upside down, and the removable thwomp makes for a really fun new enemy type. I honestly wish we got to see more of them in the game, and maybe we could have used a blue one as a platform to fly into the sky or something. That's alright, I'm still willing to give them both an A tier. The in-game name for this thing is a Jump Togi, but there's absolutely no way I'm ever going to say that crap. Wait, no! I just said it, now what am I going to do? Stupid Jump Togi making me look bad. It's another enemy that appears in a single level. I absolutely forgot they even existed, but basically they're an electric bolt that shoots out of an ass crack of the clouds below. You probably also wouldn't realize they were a living being without taking a closer look, but they're pretty cute to watch. The love they put into this one-off character proves how amazing the enemies are in this game. It's still nothing special, and it's gonna go and see. I really want to know the official name of these purple sea cucumber guys as well. It almost looks more like a Kirby enemy with their cute little faces at the top. They're nothing more than an obstacle in the underwater pipes, but they're the most lovable spiky little guys you're ever gonna see. I love him and he's going in S, so deal with it! Our next bird friend is the condart. They really are living darts, lunging themselves at the wall in an attempt to pin you down. The little animation they have when they stick into a wall is honestly amazing, but I have a hard time connecting with the little guy. He's kinda just a yellow bird with no personality, and that definitely docks some points from it for me personally. It's certainly not bad though, and they can go and C. Despite being a literal ball with teeth and wings, the Noshers have one of the most unique abilities, I feel. They straight up eat blocks and coins before you can get to them. They can take away a platform or eat a block with a power up in it, and that's pretty dang powerful. The level with the whole horde of Noshers makes them one of the more memorable enemies for me personally. That visual of them eating everything in sight is pretty amazing, and it makes me like them even more than I already did. Its massive chompers are pretty comical too, and at this point it's pretty clear I love these guys. I just gotta give them S tier. I feel like this has gotta be the best new bird, right? He's straight up wearing shades and has a suction cup for feet. He kinda looks like a toy or something. I really like it. Sadly, it doesn't do a whole lot in stages, it's really more of a bystander than anything. He drops items on you and they're not even harmful sometimes. I just wish they did something cool, like they had to carry huge blocks or something. He can go and be with a couple other of his bird friends. Our new Maw-Maw is a firecracker, and they are much more safe to pick up and use to your advantage. As they shoot straight up, you can destroy stuff from below. I really like the look of them too, despite it being a fairly simple design. They have 3 shots, so each color is removed as it goes, making for a super intuitive ability. Causing destruction with this guy is always fun, so it's no surprise that I love him. Despite this, I don't think it can compare to my favorites in the top 2 tiers, so let's give him a very high B instead. We've finally gotten to the Hot Rock, a character I alluded to during our popcorn enemy section. As I said before, I will always love getting new enemies, but it's hard not to be disappointed by a square rock with eyes. With a set timer, they become hot to the touch, so you have to time your movements. Or you can douse them with water and immediately render them useless. It's your choice, really. After the crazy characters we've gotten today, I can't give much praise to a sentient rock. F tier. These owl enemies hang out in their nest like a bat and glide down like Robbirds. They are very cute, but we've seen a million owls rendered exactly like this one before. They fit right in with the literal bat and literal hippos from Mario, sure, but those at least have a little more to be excited about. I still love owls, so let's make this B-tier nest we're building a little bigger. The in-game name for these snake-like bullet bills is Join Killer, which is pretty badass, but definitely not the name. Remember when we thought Bowser's Fury featured God Slayer Bowser? Yeah, no way Mario's doing that. These guys are red, meaning they chase you down, and they have a segmented body you have to avoid. Their bodies are actually their weakness though, as you can jump on any part of them to take them out. This makes them a pretty easy enemy to fight actually, but I do like the fins on their heads, that makes them pretty cool. C tier. While Bowser Jr. is far from a new enemy to the series, how could we not talk about his new Wonder form? It's no secret that the boss fights in Mario Wonder are the weakest parts in the game. I'm not even bothering to rank the stupid Bowser generator, as it really isn't even an enemy. Still, Bowser Jr. is the boss of almost every world, so we should at least look at his fights and his cool new look. I love the purple and green color scheme he's been given, and to see that toothy mask finally used to bite Mario is pretty great. The first time you fight him is pretty fun, but after the 4th time, you're kinda used to his shtick. I like Bowser Jr. here, so confident he shakes his ass at you, but I gotta dock some points for his boring boss fights. He's gonna go in B tier. I'm honestly unsure what most people think of the Bowser design in this game, but personally, I think it's really strange. He's got a castle head. Okay. Have you guys seen Fury Bowser? Now that's an intimidating final boss. The actual fight with him was not what I was expecting either. I remember Mario Wii's final boss being this epic Godzilla-like event, and actually making it to the end and rescuing Peach was really exciting to pull off. Here it's just a rhythm minigame. I do like the rhythm levels in Wonder, but why is it the main focus of Bowser's boss fight? I've always loved Bowser and his boss fights, but I was pretty underwhelmed in all regards with Wonder's take on it. Sorry we gotta end it this way, but C tier. The wide range of new enemies seen in Super Mario Bros. Wonder is just exciting to see. I grew up with games like Mario & Luigi Bowser's Inside Story, where you see a new enemy everywhere you looked. Then a few years later, all we got to see was variations of Goombas and Koopas. It felt like we might never see new additions to the series again. Odyssey has some great enemies, thankfully, and while it still feels like we may never see the Mario cast truly get shaken up, it is pretty hard to be disappointed by the enemies in Mario Wonder. Some are just cool takes on existing characters, others have an okay idea or design, and then the rest are absolutely amazing from a design perspective, gameplay addition, and sometimes both. Mario Wonder's endless stream of new ideas makes it one of the greatest 2D Mario games ever made, and we can only hope that we continue to see some of these enemies in later games, and brand new ones to go up against. This game excites me for the future of the series, and that's really all I could have asked for. Thank you so much for watching me rank all these guys, and let me know who your favorites are. If you really disagree with me somewhere, you can download this tier list from my Patreon and rewrite history. Should I cover other Mario games and their enemies? I'd love to hear ideas from where we could take this topic in the future. Let's give each of my channel members a Mario enemy Sona, and if you want to be stereotyped, then please consider becoming a member of the channel today. Thank you Groth One Finger, Cobalt Chrome E, Patrick Bayerjan, Honomaki, Bright Streak, MD Switchy, Gall Guy, Dolphin Rider H2O, Dojo Master, Omegon, Crystal Creations, Generic Toho Fan, Pez Dispenser, Eduardo Santiago, It's Me Ali, Jasper TV, Keep, and Jaxie Plays. Man, I wonder if people are gonna like this video. I just wonder if people are gonna like and subscribe for this. I really wonder if Elephant Daisy will ever be real, and I truly wonder if she'd ever use her big strong elephant feet to stomp on me. I really wonder that sometimes, I really wonder that sometimes, I really wonder that sometimes, yeah, I really wonder that sometimes, I really wonder that sometimes,